Hello there, my friend, and welcome to the wonderful world of Disney travel secrets. No, we're not the Sunday night show. We are your hosts and travel agents, Rob and Kerri Stuart, here in the CMV studio in beautiful Windermere, Florida. This is episode number 458, original air date, November 24th, 2025. This is crazy.
Which means this is Thanksgiving week, and today, the 24th, we are 1 month from Christmas Eve, and it's also a reminder that a Disney vacation is a great gift.
And since, of course, Thanksgiving always involves lots of eating, that's a good topic today. Should you or should you not get the Disney dining plan for your trip to Walt Disney World in 2026?
So for whatever reason, this topic came up a couple of times when we were talking with clients just this past week. So take it away, Hugh.
Hello, my friends. This is former Disney Imagineer Hugh Darley, and you're listening to Disney Travel Secrets with my friends Rob and Kerri Stuart. As you can imagine, I have plenty of Disney secrets myself, and I can't wait to share them with you. Let's get this show on the road. Take it away, guys.
Again, welcome to this week's show. And if you are off this week, we hope you're enjoying your time away from the job.
Yeah, and this is something that happens probably more than we actually know. But last week we teased something on our social media about something on Disney Destiny that most people will never see, and we forgot to tell you what it was.
Well, and you said it was something like 99% of people won't even notice it, right?
Well, yeah.
And really probably 99.9%, we don't know.
Yeah, so here's a little backstory. On the ship, Disney Destiny, the theme is heroes and villains, and they incorporate that in the carpets throughout the ship.
So in the forward elevators, you're going to have Maleficent.
Yeah, so the carpet right outside of those elevators, and then in the aft, on the carpet, you have Sorcerer Mickey. You're also going to see some hints of Hercules
Little
around
hints,
there.
yes.
There's little hints of all kinds of things.
But there is one very special carpet that if you don't know to look for it, you will miss it. And it's a nod to something very fun from Fantasmic.
Yeah, so here's where you'll find it. You have to take the aft elevators up to deck 13. And there are only 2 of those elevators that will go up that high.
Kind of tricky.
So once you get out of the elevator, then what you're going to do is you're going to look down at the carpet. And you're going to see the dancing hippo from Fantasmic in the carpet.
And I really didn't know why that's such a big deal. However, you will be one of the few people that actually recognize it. So make sure you get a picture with the dancing hippo.
Yeah. So what I find fun about this is that it is very intentional. And it's also a fun tribute that is tied to the history of this character, which does reinforce the theme that magic can emerge from unexpected places and also celebrates the joy of movement, humor. I mean, really, ballerinas that are hippos, very funny. So definitely look for that on your Destiny cruise.
Better yet, take a picture and tag us.
Yeah. So we hope you are looking forward to your Thanksgiving holiday this week. And this is actually the first one that we're actually going to be cooking in our house for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's correct. So last year, our friends and fellow CMV travel agents, Mike and Leah, they came down here for Thanksgiving from Minnesota, and they invited us to enjoy dinner with them at the cabins at Copper Creek.
Yeah, that was so much fun. And this year, we're going to be going back to our traditional holiday dinner, which is turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole. And really, I do not really enjoy cooking that much. I'm doing this for the leftovers.
Yeah, and the stuffing is actually my mom's recipe. Actually, probably my grandma's or maybe my great grandma, who knows, that it got passed down. And we pretty much make that every year. And I love it.
So if you are traveling for the Thanksgiving holiday, hack your patience. Thankfully, the airports are back to pretty much fully staffed as far as we know.
Yeah.
But they're still going to be crazy busy, and the parks are going to be busy, and Disney Springs will be packed.
I know. We're going to spend some time over at Disney Springs for sure. Number one, we love it there. But number two, the week before and the week after Christmas, our passes are blacked out.
Yep.
Blocked out, whatever one.
Yeah,
we can't
and
go.
they are blacked out during Thanksgiving for just like a few days.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Those are the times we personally don't want to go to the parks anyway. But if you guys, again, if you love being there on Thanksgiving or on Christmas or on New Year's Eve, knock yourself out. So one thing we always recommend for everybody, if you're going to be flying, probably too late for this year, but make sure you have TSA pre-check. It is a huge time saver.
Yeah, I think the last few times that we flew out of Orlando, we were getting dropped off at the curb, and then we were through security and everything and at the gate in less than 10 minutes. And there are, over at MCO, they are very fast.
They are, yeah.
If you get there at the right time, but it can get backed up. So again, pack your patience.
Not in a separate bag, but make sure it's part of your carry-on.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to sailing for the first time ever on the Disney Fantasy. And I can't believe I'm saying this. It's 3 weeks out. One thing I was looking forward to especially was that it would be our first platinum cruise. So there's also one more cruise ship to check off our Disney Cruise Line checklist.
Yeah, so I'm excited to check that one off. But we decided to take this cruise for 2 reasons. Number one, our friend Margot is going and she asked us to join her. And really, this next one, we got 40% off because they ran a special.
And that's not because we're travel agents. It's because Disney was doing a 40% discount if you did what's called a guarantee balcony on this particular sail. There was a few sailings.
Yeah, and so which this means, if you get a guarantee, it means that you don't get to pick your cabin, just your category. So we still don't know what our cabin number is going to be. We'll probably get that about 2 weeks out.
We do not. And then we plan to use our home equity line of credit to bump up the concierge.
We are not going to do that.
Okay, we're not doing that. So when Disney Cruise Line announces any kind of deal, you have to jump on it right away. We paid, it was $23.50 all in for both of us, again, in a guaranteed balcony.
And this is, we booked this while we were sailing on the Disney Wish back in September.
We've never done that before.
Yeah, and the next day we were watching the pricing and it jumped to almost $2,900. And that was in less than 24 hours. And then 2 days later, it went back up to its price where it's currently hovering, and that's around $3,800 for 2 people in a guarantee.
Yes, which I think is phenomenal. So last week we got some really bad news from Disney Cruise Line. We should probably play some sad music here. And that news is that the Destiny, because it was a christening cruise and a preview cruise, and they hosted us, that doesn't count as one of our cruises.
Yeah, it doesn't count towards our castaway status, unfortunately. But we were kind of excited because we thought we'd be platinum when we go on the Fantasy, but instead, the Fantasy is now going to be our last cruise in Gold Castaway Club, which means we'll have to take another cruise, and that will be our first one at Platinum. And I'm excited about that. We'll get there. I'm not worried about it.
My goal is by this time next year to be Pearl.
No, we're not. That's too many cruises. Too many.
And one of the biggest things I was looking forward to, not just like the $50 credit that you get at Apollo, it's really skipping the main security lines. There's a special entrance for Pearl and Platinum. I was really looking forward to that.
I know. Well, and our friend Margot, she is Pearl. So maybe they'll let us sneak on with her. I don't think so.
I think they will.
Well, I don't know. We'll try it.
So one of the best ways to save money on a Disney cruise is to get what we call a placeholder reservation while you're still on board your current cruise. And if you have an active placeholder, you probably received an email from Disney last week.
Yeah. So if you don't know, a placeholder is when you put down a $250 refundable deposit towards a future cruise while you're on board. The benefit is you then get 10% off that future cruise. They apply the $250 to your deposit.
So you're not losing it.
You're not losing it. And you can book up to 2 staterooms on the same sailing per household. You just have to do the full $250 for each of those staterooms.
Correct. So here's the very exciting, can we call it breaking news?
No, this was really
this is breaking news.
This is great news. I haven't seen this promotion in a very, very, very long time.
Starting next month in December, which is a week away, Disney Cruise Line is offering future cruise discounts at 20% and in some cases up to 25% off when you use your placeholder to book that next cruise.
Yeah, and something brand new is if you're in a category 2B or below, which is the concierge category.
Yes, the starting level for concierge.
But you can get 10% off a concierge cruise. So in the past, if you chose to use your future credit and you applied that $250 to your concierge, then they would just give you an onboard credit, but not the 10% off. So that is a big deal.
Very, very big deal. And no, you can't use it for the big suites like the Funnel Suite, the Tower. We just call it different names. The Funnel Suite, the Tower Suite, whatever. The Roy Suite, the Walt Suite. You can't use it for that. Again, it's a category 2B, which is basically entry level into concierge. So you'll save, I think, probably multiple hundreds of dollars, sometimes maybe even $1,000 or more, just by putting a refundable deposit down.
Yeah. So here's my pro tip. If you have a cruise coming up, grab that placeholder while you're on board.
Yep.
They do need to be used within 2 years of when you make that initial deposit. But if you don't use it, you can just cancel and get a full refund for that $250. And if you are one of our clients and want to look into some of the sailings that you could get that up to 25% off savings, using your placeholder, let's definitely chat. It is select sailings, and so it's not for everything. I did notice there's really not any Destiny ones on there.
Yeah. Oh, I am shocked.
I know, but there are some for the treasure. There were quite a few for the summer. So great opportunity for you to use that placeholder if you have one that's hanging out there. I know we still have a placeholder.
We do?
Yeah, we do.
For when?
We haven't redeemed it yet.
Okay.
That's to be determined.
That is good to know. Okay, let's talk about the dining plan at Walt Disney World specifically, not Disneyland. That's for 2026. The big promotion for 2026 is kids get free dining when you book a Disney resort package. With one condition.
Yeah, only if the adults get the dining plan as well. So if it's a family of 2 adults and 3 kids, both adults have to basically purchase whichever dining plan that you want. So the kids will get whatever the parents choose. But this can be a great opportunity for you to save money on dining depending on how much your kids eat.
But here's the catch. It's only for kids between the ages of 3 and 9. So if your kids are 10 or older, you'll be buying the plan for everybody. And for those kids between the ages of 3 and 9, they do have to choose from the kids' menu at the restaurant wherever it happens to be available.
Yeah, so Disney offers 2 dining plans. You have the basic one, which is your quick service dining plan. That one gets you 2 quick service meals, 1 snack or non-alcoholic beverage per night of your stay, plus the refillable drink mug. But here is a huge reminder. This is per night.
Yes.
So a 6-night stay, even though you're there for 7 days, the meals and those, how many quick service you get are based on nights.
Right. So that 7th day, you will starve.
You will not starve. No, because you can spread out those credits however you want.
The other plan is called the Disney Dining Plan. So this is 1 quick service meal, 1 table service meal, 1 snack or non-alcoholic beverage. For that price, they should be giving you a beer. And that is, again, per night of your stay, plus a resort refillable drink mug. So you can get lots of caffeine and high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah. And they only fill those at your resort. So keep that in mind.
Do not bring them to the parks with you unless you're just going to put water in them.
So either of these 2 dining plans are something that we usually don't recommend you automatically add on because you're not really saving money. What you're doing is you're just prepaying for your meals, which also, though, can be a very good idea for the right traveler.
Especially for those of you that like to budget for your Disney trip. So this way you know exactly what you're going to be spending. So let's say you're going to be traveling in 2026 for the Christmas holidays, as of course you should be. You can make payments on your total package right up until the final payment day, which is usually about 30 days out from your vacation.
Yeah, so that way you know that even a month before your vacation, the whole thing is already paid for. I do have a formula, though, that I walk people through if they're like, should I get the dining plan? Should I not get the dining plan? And this really applies for those of you who want to do character dining.
Yeah, don't you call that like Disney math? Is that what you do?
It is Disney math, 100%.
If you have 3 or 4 kids under the age of 10, then it's a great value to go ahead and take advantage of, again, the free kids dining. So let's go ahead and walk them through your process for if people should get the dining plan or not.
Yeah, so if you just want to have that feeling that everything is prepaid, you like convenience, then just go for it. But if you're on the bubble and you're not sure, here's how we walk clients through knowing the dining plan, if it's going to be right for them and their family. So the first thing you want to do is make a list of your must-eat dining. So if you show me your list, and let's say you have 1 character meal on there, and then maybe just like a couple other must-dos, then it may not make sense for you to automatically get the dining plan.
So basically what she's saying is start with where you want to eat. Don't just try to pick as many restaurants that you can pack in just because you want to use all your credits. Plan with a purpose, and that's where she comes in.
Yeah, exactly. If you put together a list of a bunch of character or signature dining experiences, then we can run estimated numbers and see if it is a better value or is it really going to save you money.
And that's what we call job security.
Yeah. And you know what? And sometimes it does if you're picking the right restaurants.
Which you can help them with.
Absolutely.
If you're just doing quick service during the day, so you have more park time and you're a family of maybe small eaters like we are, or you split meals like we do, the dining plan probably will not make sense for your family.
The important thing here is you do want to have a plan for where you're going to be eating your meals, regardless if you have the dining plan or not. If you're on a budget, did you know that you can bring food in the park? Like you could Uber eat some sandwiches from like Subway and then order some chips from the grocery delivery service and then pack in your meals. This is going to save you a lot. And Disney does allow you to do that.
Just make sure that if you're going to use like Uber Eats, that you're getting it delivered to your resort. You cannot get it delivered to the park.
That's actually that's a very important thing.
So one thing a lot of people forget is the sit-down dining experiences do take up time in the parks. And so for many first-timers, or if you haven't been in a while, typically you want to enjoy the parks and just make sure everyone is fed, like throwing some chicky tendies.
Yeah.
A dining plan usually isn't a good deal if this is your park style or your park strategy.
And on the other hand, if you come down all the time and maybe you just want to try some new restaurants and some new foods every day, just run the numbers based on where you plan to eat. And be sure to check if any of the signature experiences like Cinderella's Royal Table require 2 dining credits instead of 1. Very important.
Well, we used to have a calculator to help you decide this way back in 2017.
I know.
think.
It was a long time ago. It was pretty cool.
But the numbers have changed, and even the Disney dining plan has completely evolved. I think they used to have like 3 options. Now it's 2. Yeah. So
yeah. But there is a dining budget for everyone. The free dining for kids in 2026, I do think is a great offer.
Yeah.
Just don't feel the pressure if you don't think you're going to eat that much food.
because if you have credits left, you're like, okay, I'm full, but I'm buying this anyway.
Yeah.
And then you just give it to people walking by.
Exactly.
So this is also a reason to work with travel agents that specialize in Disney and are part of an authorized Disney vacation planner agency, because they can help you navigate this. Again, we usually don't auto-add the dining plan like some people do. Instead, once you're at your advanced dining date and have secured your choices, then we can see if it makes sense to add those or not.
And it is good to also know, even if you did add it, and then let's say you don't get all the dining that you want, you can change it and just take it off, and then you just pay as you go.
Right.
Disney is very flexible that way, but we do recommend you try to finalize your plans by your final payment.
Well, it's also a great friendly reminder that the advanced dining does open 60 days out at 6 a.m. Eastern time. And if you're staying at a Disney resort, you can book dining for that entire stay.
Yeah, and it is a great perk for getting those hard to get dining like Topolino's over at Riviera Resort.
Which means small mouse.
It does. But we hope that this really helps you navigate when it makes sense to get the dining. And if it doesn't, then let's work together on your vacation. If this is super confusing, reach out to us or one of our Creating Magic Vacations travel agents.
Because sometimes when we write this stuff, it's confusing to us too.
It is not.
If you want to surprise your Disney-loving friend or family member with an incredible experience in 2026, join us on our private Adventures by Disney Southern California trip with our good friend and friend of the show, former Imagineer, Hugh Darley.
And we're going to have him on some future episodes. He has so many great stories from his career with Disney and beyond. But right now, he is down in Jamaica helping them rebuild, because he was part of building a lot of the property experiences down there, and is very well known for, he's the one that put together Falmouth, the port there. So if you've ever been down there, that was his project. So
he was down there so much at one point, he lived there, and they call him Jamaican, which is funny because he's a guy from like Georgia with an accent. So right now he is down there helping the people of Jamaica get kind of back on their feet.
Yep.
This is really a special trip. Get it on the books. You deserve it. And better yet, give it as a gift to yourself.
Yeah. So you can just head to the link that is in the show description and have a great Thanksgiving week. And know that we are so thankful for you tuning into our weekly show.
Yeah.
And we hope you got at least one idea for your next Disney vacation.
Until next time, have a magical day.
We hope to see you real soon.